I must admit, I'm getting quite bored of EICRs now, to be honest. Excellent. I've got a feeling that whoever did this EICR was, I think, sitting in his van watching European porn when he was filling it out, because I don't think he took a lot of care and attention into the actual detail of the certificate. I mean, it might not have been European porn, could have been, I don't know. But I don't think he came into the flat for reasons I will explain later. With these Power 38 fittings, because the fittings are so big, you're going to struggle to get a GU10 canister in the hole because it's 110. These are like 130 mil, they're big holes. And you can buy the converter plates for a normal halogen downlight, which, you know the ones I mean, it's like a 70 mil disc that goes around the downlight to cover these up. But in the end, I was like, do you know what? We'll just put a pair of these LED bulkheads. It'll cover up a big hole, and I think it'll probably be better. It'll be brighter as well. And I don't think the landlord minds it. He's just like, I just need a ticket and I just need it passed. Right, how far out was my cutting? Not bad, pig, not bad. I use these little D-boxes. They're just ideal for this sort of stuff. They're just quick, easy connectors, you know. For stuff like this, it's ideal. Just snap, snap, and that's it, it's done. You'll be glad to know that the bucket truck arrives at the end of this month. I've been saying that for the last 3 months, but apparently Brexit is causing hold-ups. Can you tell the annoyance in my voice? Yeah, should be here end of this month, apparently. As far as I'm aware, my van is stuck in a factory in France somewhere because those cheese-eating surrender monkeys haven't got silica, whatever that is. Do I need to cut more out is the question. No, I don't. Happy days. I don't know if I've ever told you the story. I was in Reading and my workmate, we had a Mercedes Vito, little white Vito, good little van, and it broke down. And we had to tow it back to South Wales. I turned up, I didn't have a tow rope, and I was too tight to go into the services to buy a tow rope, bearing in the services was right there. So I got some coax out of the van, some TV coax. I was like, that'll do, I'll just use that. And I just went around from the tow bar to the towing eye of my van, or my truck, I think it was, my Shogun. I just did that like 10 times with some TV coax, used about 50 meters of coax, pulled away, snapped instantly, and I was like, okay, I need something a bit chunkier. So there's some earth wire in the back of the van, some 10 mil earth. Perfect, I'll use that. I don't know why I didn't just go into the services and get a tow rope. I still don't know. I used some 10 mil, some green and yellow earth, and yeah, tied it. Worked all right. Towed it all the way back to South Wales. I think by the time I got to South Wales, I think that 10 mil was about 20 meters longer than when I'd started, but it got me all the way home. Did a great job. I wouldn't recommend it though. Things you do when you're young and you don't care about consequences. We've all been there. That is a big KUKA switch. I've got one on the van, but it's an MK one. They don't make this size anymore, but let's pull it away from the wall and just see if they've tiled.
Like a 6, yeah?
That's not a good sign when screws don't want to come out like that.
I don't know if it's just turning, spinning.
I think it's coming out. We'll have to get a pair of pliers and try and pull it while twisting it, see if we can pull it back out. Fucking welded solid. I was supposed to do this job last night after work, but I was too fuzzy. Yeah, I've got a feeling the spark who was doing this, I don't think came into the property because he didn't pick up that these weren't IP rated. Nor did he pick up the cooker switch, nor did he pick up the boiler switch, or the fact there's a socket right behind the sink. Difficult to say why, but I'm guessing he couldn't get into, I don't know, my guess is he couldn't get in here. So he just took a guess. But as is normally the case in this industry, there's absolutely no comeback. He's just hopped in his van and driven off, and everybody else will clear up the mess. Yeah, I would have just used these, those disc LED ones, but they're not IP rated, so I had to use these bulkheads in here. No. That's it. Okay. Done. Right. I had this Sortimo bag for weeks before I started properly using it, months actually, before I started properly using it. Now I use it every day. I fucking love it. Because I had that Velocity bag But I just use that now. It's just easier. Backpack bags are just easier to carry. Talking of... How many cracks has my screen now got? Alright, not too bad. That's why you don't have new phones. Yeah, what I was saying, yeah, as soon as I do eventually get the bucket truck, it's got to go up to Sortimo for the racking, because it's booked in with them to have new racking, which is quite a cool design they've come up with. It's more of a, it's not the same as these vans I've got. It's more of a commercial type, because there's a place for traffic cones and stuff inside it. It's quite a cool setup, but that will come at some point in the distant future, maybe by 2029 or something, I don't know. Right, the point of this video was this. We've just had to replace one of these old Wilex boards, right? Because these are done now at such a pace, and not by everybody, it's a minority. I mean, I say a minority, it's a growing minority. I mean, this ticket, I mean, you might as well wipe your ass with this ticket. I'll leave it on the screen now. Apparently, we have a TNS supply, which isn't. We have a PME supply. And apparently it's a single phase. It's not, it's a three phase. Apparently the main fuse is 60898 type B, supposedly. Yeah, all he's put down here, consumer unit not easily accessible, new consumer unit needed. That's it. There's no mention of anything else in that flat. You know, there's no mention of anything. And it leads you to wonder, you know, when you get to the test results, I mean, he's fudged all of those. I know that because I tested this ring and I got points. I took a photo of it the other day, 0.45 I think it was. He got 0.76. So either his test meter was wildly out of calibration, or more likely he just fudged the results. Probably what's happened is he's just duplicated it, changed the address, and just, you know, fudged the rest of the readings. But the problem is, I've always been a believer of this. This should be like, this won't change until someone ends up having a serious accident, or a house burns down and someone dies. Then it will change. But until then, like, matey boy, whoever's done this, will just hop in his van, go to the next one. Nothing will ever come of it, you know, because there's just no accountability. And this sort of stuff will just continue every single day, indefinitely, until, you know, what will happen is somebody will do, you know, they'll change a board, and, you know, house will burn down 2 days later, and then, it sounds really cruel, but it's going to take until someone dies or something really serious happens for any sort of accountability to come into force. I'm a firm believer we should have something like a driving license, but an electrician's license, like a license to practice. You have a driving license, we should have an electrician's license. I seriously, this is my input to the industry. I think we should have a driving license. So you have like a GIB gold card, but on the reverse of it, you have all your qualifications and you have your endorsements, just like you would on a driving license. So you'll have you'd have things for offences, you know, minor offences, major offences, and you'll have points. You get enough points, you get enough points, like it's a challenge, but you don't. You get X amount of points and you lose your licence. And that's how it should be, because what that would do is it would introduce, well, the first thing it would do, all our rates would go up, but the second thing is it would then bring in a bit of accountability. Third thing it would do, insurance rates, you know, our insurance policies for contractors who haven't got any endorsements would be nice and low. The ones who've got, just like car insurance, you've got points on your license, your insurance goes up. It would be exactly the same thing. I really think that's what needs to be done, but we haven't got anybody to regulate it. That's the problem. So until this becomes a regulated industry, until that comes into place, it won't happen. But that's what it should be. It should be like a driver's license style with points. And how you would deem points, I don't know. Like, I mean, there are holes in the plan, I get it, but that's what it should be, something like that. But this is all new work. Look at all this. This has all just been done. October 20. Fucking blanks in the fuse board missing. December 20. We've got a contactant board with Hager breakers inside. This was November 20. That's an Axiom board. This is an Axiom board with a Volex main switch and Wilex breakers. Brand new, just been fitted, you know? But no one gives a fuck. We've got, yeah, an Axiom board, a Volex RCD front end switch, Wilex breakers, plastic blanks and metal blanks, you know? But no one cares. It's just because there's no accountability, you know? That's the reality of what we deal with every day. That, you know, someone's fitted that 3 or 4 months ago and thought that was an excellent job. There are some beautiful streets in London though, aren't there? On a serious note. I mean, they are beautiful. I dread to think how much they cost to maintain. Quite a lot of money, I think. Yes, I'm double parking and... Right, all I've got to do is label a board up. So I'm going to do that and I will love you and leave you. That was another vlog in another beautiful part of the world. And yeah, we're starting to get back to one video a week, slowly. And the Instagram stuff's coming back as well. See, we're getting our stuff together, yeah? Yeah, yeah.